I think that's important for us to fix in our minds because to understand exactly how prophecy works. Some people say, well, didn't that happen in 380 BC? How can that happen again in 380 AD?
Yeah.
Hasn't that already been fulfilled? So, yeah, I think it's good that you mentioned that to help us to understand how prophecy works because the Bible is full of prophecy from the beginning to the end, and we can be tripped, I guess, or just be in confusion
Right.
by not understanding this contemporary as well as futuristic
Right.
fulfillment of prophecy. So I appreciate that and just wanted to kind of highlight that for others
Yeah.
who may have any questions that they may not understand or some aspects of prophecy they may not understand. Thank you.
Yeah, that's specifically important in regards to what we see going on now with people taking prophecy and saying it was already fulfilled and that there's no New Testament and all these things. I'm not going to get into that fully. We're actually going to do a study on that. But one of the things that you have to understand when you're reading prophecy is that prophecy was told to a people that knew Yah. They knew the promises of Yah. So there are key things within the prophecy that point to the present, that speak to what's happening at the present moment. But there are certain things that point to, like we saw the star of Jacob, the star of David, or the seed of David, the root of Jesse. When we see those things, they're referring back to the garden when Yahushua's existence was first mentioned as coming as our Messiah. So when those things are mentioned, it's important to understand what they mean in that specific prophecy, because if you miss it, you won't see the future fulfillment coming from the prophecy that was made from the beginning. So the thread is always going to go back to Genesis, the promise of the coming son. But the prophecy within itself, not only is it going to have that marker so that you understand the thread, you'll also understand at that present time what they're going through, the kings and the nations that they're dealing with at that moment. And that's what's missed. They don't see the thread. They don't understand the thread. That's why they try to eliminate it in their conversation. So we'll get into that more. We did a whole study on that when we went through the book of Isaiah. I'm going to repurpose that video so that we can just highlight that portion where we talk about prophecy and how to understand it, and we're going to resubmit a new release. So, but that's very important.
Toda Robah, praise Abba Yah, from whom all baraka flow. We hope this video encouraged you today. Don't forget to study to show yourself approved and be like the Bereans who tested everything, according to 2 Timothy 3:15 and Acts 17:11. We assemble every Shabbat and during the week with like-minded believers all over the world, virtually, and sometimes we gather in person for feast days. We have something for the whole family, including children. Discover more on our website at assemblyofyahuah.com, where you can apply to join, give the biblical assembly needs, and find many biblical resources to help you grow in your walk with Yah. To know when we publish new videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Jeremiah 33:3 tells us, call to Yahuah and he will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Much shalom.